This video will introduce the Performance Investigator feature, SQL PI. The objective of this demo is to introduce the performance add-on functionality to the regular Foglight for SQL Server and Oracle Operational Monitoring, a single package that offers both operational database monitoring and SQL workload analytics. The addition of SQL PI provides the ability of a more in-depth analysis of the SQL workload, an investigation of instance activity, and resource consumption through the use of the feature SQL Performance Set, including change tracking, execution plan block analysis, compare and reports. This video will also touch on the agent installation process and provide a brief metric overview, including new features. SQL PI is simple enough to set up, and it's just available add-on feature to the Foglight SQL Server and Oracle agents. It adopts a Foglight database monitoring agentless functionality. This makes it simple, easy configuring quickly for small and large deployments. No additional credentials are needed to the conventional agent creation, which is set up through the Database Agent Wizard creation utilities. It is an add-on feature selection listed under the monitoring extension. Simply check the box for SQL PI and then follow the instructions selecting the location for the SQL PI repository and click Apply. After the database agent is created with the SQL PI add-on, it is identified by the SQL PI indicator under Monitoring in the dashboard. There's also the option to add the SQL PI add-on feature to previously existing database agents by selecting the agent and then accessing Administration in SQL Performance Investigator. The SQL Performance Investigator administration page allows enabling and disabling the SQL extension, starting and stopping the change tracking collection, and configuring sampling type settings once SQL PI is enabled. SQL PI agents are also displayed in a dashboard that only contains the SQL PI agents. With proper resource sizing, it's feasible to have a few hundred instances created, displayed in the dashboard, which supports increased scalability. Clicking on the agent name displays a general summary quick view of resources, broken down the workload data, including system utilization. When drilling into the dashboards and clicking on the SQL PI tab to view the SQL PI related metrics, the SQL PI tab will open the SQL Performance Drill Down view, which displays performance-related in-depth data at a high level only for the instances which are configured with the SQL Performance Investigator add-on. SQL PI data granularity via remote frequent collections leaves a small footprint with low overhead on the monitor instance. The dashboard defaults to one of the weight categories, such as workload, on either the metric history or change tracking tab. At the instance view level, under the performance tree, it also lists the metric set of collection dimensions for the iterative drill down. Each weight category resource consumption view is broken down by the selected dimension filter and other specific types of performance measurements when selecting a metric to display within this dashboard view. For Workload Overview, it charts the selected metric, including the options to add more metrics in the workload table, and analysis tools to compare parameters, such as to another instance or dimension. Blocking history displays blocking event states with iterative drill down capabilities for selected analysis of interest. For this video, we'll use SQL Server as an example. Perhaps this could be investigating a blocking T-SQL using one of the analysis tools, such as Plan Analysis, which accesses the Executive Plan Explorer of a view to present an intercepted execution plan of the selected SQL. Or batch further, to uncover details, such as the different operational costs for the transaction. The plan is retrieved from SQL Server Plan Cache. By pressing the Generate Plan button, the execution plan is generated and can be viewed by clicking on Compare Plan. This opens up a pop-up with compression of all available execution plans of the selected statement. Change tracking relies on SQL Server default rates, identifying and investigating database objects, execution plans, and operating system changes, as well as other categories that are both the instance and the SQL level. We briefed on performance advantages at the instance level. The SQL level displays performance evaluation on SQL statements from the selected category, which also lists the metric set of collection dimensions for iterative drilling down with analysis tools. Agents without the SQL PI add-in option will not include the feature metric set of drilling dimensions for T-SQL batches on down to lock objects under the performance tree for both the instance view or SQL statement view. Other accessible weight categories showing specific types of performance measurements consistent with dimension feature sets consist of CPU, I/O, memory, network, and so forth. There's a collection dimension set against each category for depth analysis. This concludes the overview glimpse into SQL PI. To learn more about Foglight for databases, visit support.quest.com. For quick support questions, follow us on Twitter at QuestExperts.